Hello and welcome to Network. My name is Melele Zondi with your technology and social media news. Remember that if you want to be a part of this technology conversation, you can find us on SABC Network. It's Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And you can also find us on News Network at sabc.co.za on email. You can also use the hashtag SABC Network over there. Here's what's coming up in the program. With WhatsApp getting a few security changes because of laws in Europe, we ask whether you feel safe when chatting on the platform. High data costs in South Africa come under the spotlight yet again. And our discussion is on the Gap Innovation Awards. So the Innovation Hub's Ureshni Govender is here to tell us about them. Hello, and thank you very much for joining us, Ureshni.
Thank you for having me.
Now, what are these awards?
The awards seek to identify and celebrate innovators with cutting-edge technology.
All right, we'll have a further discussion about that later in the program. But first, let's start with your technology and social media news. Now, changes are coming to WhatsApp in Europe. Kids won't be allowed on the platform. This is because of new laws in the region. Some say maybe this should come to Africa too. There are reports that the French government is creating its own hugely encrypted platform that is similar to WhatsApp. This is because of surveillance fears on the WhatsApp platform. WhatsApp is a popular messaging platform owned by Facebook. Those we spoke to say they aren't concerned about their security on WhatsApp.
I'm not worried about security. It's actually safe. From what I know, it's actually safe.
I use WhatsApp, but I do feel safe when I'm on WhatsApp because it notifies you when something happens usually, and I trust the encryption of the WhatsApp.
I do feel safe on WhatsApp or in other social medias, of course, and I feel safe because they verify you. When someone is about to use your WhatsApp, like you get a notification as to maybe someone is using this, confirm it by doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Honestly, WhatsApp is not safe because I feel the government in some way can hack into your WhatsApp. So because it's the internet, it's not safe.
WhatsApp in Europe, however, is now stopping kids below the ages of 16 from using the platform without parents' consent. This is because of new security laws that prevent the mining of data shared by kids. Despite this, there are parents who say they need WhatsApp to communicate with their children.
After school, I check on her because she travels via public transport. So I would ask her, where is she by that particular time? Then when she reaches home, then I would ask her again, where is she? Is she safe? What happened on her journey coming from school to the house? Then basically it's for us to communicate with her.
Some say Facebook's decision on WhatsApp in Europe is nothing to celebrate.
If they want to do business there, they have to toe the line there. So it's not really an independent decision on their part. It makes good business sense because they obviously need to keep goodwill and be seen to be a responsible player in the European space.
Adult entertainer Mduduzi Zwane says he would like the same changes to come here.
I do have adult content that I send, to tease women so that they should book me for more. So hence I don't allow kids on my WhatsApp because if I add kids, like people who are under the age of 18, it's going to be a little bit of a problem.
Facebook's decision suggests WhatsApp isn't as private as many think it is. Now, the Information Technology Association is concerned about high data costs in South Africa and wants something to be done about them. They mentioned this at the Future of Technology conference, which took place in Johannesburg. The organization feels that high costs to communicate are stalling progress in reducing the digital divide. Gloria Sefako Musi was there.
Speakers say with the rapid technological changes, there is a threat that some parts of the economy will shed jobs. And future jobs are for highly skilled people. They say the country and companies should prepare themselves so that they are not left behind as skills development takes time.
20% of jobs as we know them today are going to disappear over the next 5 years. What we have to make sure is that as this revolution creates new jobs and new economic opportunities, young people leaving school and tertiary institutions are appropriately skilled to take advantage of those jobs. So I think the first important priority one we're sharing today is the skills revolution. The second important issue that we have to look at is how do we bring in new entrepreneurs to take advantage of this fourth industrial revolution.
The ITA says more needs to be done to address the high cost of data in South Africa, as it is holding back progress in reducing the digital divide and the ability for the poor to play a role in the economy.
The government has put in place a white paper which largely speaks to accessing this digital divide. It's put in place legislation which ensures that companies, individuals, organizations work collectively towards reducing this so-called digital divide and bringing our people into the fourth industrial revolution. To take advantage of that, we cannot miss this revolution because we'll be forever put into a box of the has-beens or the people who have never been able to take part in the global economy.
Another problem that the country is facing is the mismatch between the graduates universities are producing and the skills that are required by businesses.
The mismatch between demand by corporations and the supply produced by the education institution and also people looking for the wrong sort of jobs. Everybody wants to be in an office, whereas a lot of our jobs in South Africa are not office-based. So an important part that the media industry has committed itself is to help us with career education, providing information to young people so they need to know how to prepare themselves for the future.
Loba says as much as technology is a threat, those who keep up with changes will benefit. He says it's important for educational institutions and companies to partner to ensure relevant skills are produced.
Now, technology experts, professionals and students gathered at Wits University to share thoughts, discuss and most importantly, get a sense of how others are using AI to solve challenges in the real world.
Artificial intelligence and other disruptive technologies came under the spotlight in a series of thought-provoking sessions organized by Wits University. Researchers here say the real potential of solving real-world problems will always be driven by human beings and supported by artificial intelligence.
One actually really needs to make decisions that incorporate the human beings and not leave them out. It is, after all, the consumers will be using these products, and if they cannot relate to them or cannot access them, then it doesn't make sense. So what you need to be doing is building customer-centric products or customer-centric technology that the human beings can also use, and especially within an Africa space.
A lot of artificial intelligence is dependent on coding. It's dependent on the use of the human mind and brain, and artificial intelligence is not for the sake of artificial intelligence. It's created to serve a purpose. That purpose is defined by the human. As we evolve, as we move ahead in terms of the economy, as we get more connected, as people understand each other much better from a cultural, social level. So there will always be the dynamic of the human being at the center of artificial intelligence.
Technology experts say artificial intelligence systems are more likely to yield economic benefits and societal acceptability if user needs are taken into account.
The way it will be experienced is how government and businesses service them in a way that better takes account of their lives, the economy, the economics of their lives, and the behaviors that they exhibit. And by taking all those things into account, government hopefully will be able to provide a better, more targeted service using these technologies, using artificial intelligence in particular. Banks, for example, can far better serve the lower rungs of the economy by being able to reduce the cost of their services through using these technologies. So indirectly, even people in rural areas, even the poorest of the poor, will eventually experience the benefits of these new technologies.
If technology experts are to be believed, artificial intelligence has the potential to transform the world, but they don't agree on what kind of effects that transformation will have on the average person.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now, after the break, we chat to Ureshni Governor from the Innovation Hub about those GAP Innovation Awards. Stay with us.
"32 Nations, 44 matches live on SABC 1 and 19 SABC radio stations. SABC is the official broadcaster of the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia.
Shervin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.
Paul Barber, SABC News, London.
Ntebo Mokobo, SABC Ufa go tswa mono Russia.
Neha Punia, SABC News, Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh in India.
Other than that, I've enjoyed every single moment of it.
Takwana Ngatani, SABC News, Soweto, Johannesburg.
Nations, 44 matches live on SABC 1 and 19 SABC radio stations. SABC is the official broadcaster of the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia.
It is the SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you very much for being a part of our network. Now, the Innovation Hub is looking for innovators who can solve some of today's problems. This is part of their Gauteng Accelerator program. Those participating will be taught the art of pitching and provided with mentorship support towards finalizing their business plans. Joining me in studio to talk about the Gauteng Accelerator program is the Innovation Hub's Ureshni Governor. Hello, and thank you very much for being a part of our network, Ureshni.
Thank you.
Now, what is this Gauteng Accelerator program?
So, it's the Gauteng Accelerator program / competition, famously known as GAP, is the Innovation Hub's flagship competition / program. So the Innovation Hub is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Gauteng Growth and Development Agency. And the idea is to promote the economy and competitiveness within the province via innovation. And how we do this is via incubation and programs and services. With GAP as a flagship program / competition, we identify innovators in the ICT, the bio, the mid, and green economy space, as well as entrepreneurs from the township that have innovation under these 4 sectors. And we take them through mentorship as semi-finalists, once identified and selected, as semi-finalists who receive business training, business support to pitch before experts, and then identified as winners.
So it's bigger than just a competition.
It's bigger than a competition. The idea is that we select these innovators with this cutting-edge technology that address pivotal issues in bioeconomy, in the green economy, in the smart industry space, as well as in those spaces, using those ideas to solve solutions within the township. And we want to empower them as semi-finalists before taking them through to a pitch session where they then pitch their ideas and their business proposal and their plans in order to be selected and then incubated at the Innovation Hub, where we help them commercialize their technology.
Is this just for people who live in Gauteng? Can someone, let's say, in Knysna, for example, participate and enter?
The competition is open to all South Africans. It is very important to have a partner in Gauteng. However, we won't exclude innovators and researchers that are outside of Gauteng. But initially, GAP has been a program that addresses Gauteng researchers, entrepreneurs.
How innovative are South Africans?
We've had, since the inception of GAP, we've had some fantastic technology come through in each of these sectors. We've got previous winners such as Mabu Casings, who identified solutions to better improve button mushroom farming. And this addresses the issue of waste management, job creation, and also providing low-cost food. You have Optimus Bio that has also provided eco-friendly, earth-friendly biological cleaning products for domestic cleaning and commercial cleaning. These are on the market. Marble Casings is commercial. And we have guys like Kashagadi Tradings that are providing cost-effective sanitary solutions for girls and women. It's also built on a business community model to empower women in the community.
And I suppose women would be a huge part of this as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you mentioned the township specifically earlier in the program. Why the township specifically?
The Gauteng province is very much in line with driving transformation and revitalization within the townships. And the idea here that we see the Innovation Hub is playing a role here is by empowering our youth in the townships, by allowing them to take solutions that would solve problems in their communities to a commercial stage.
All right. So how far are you in the process of identifying this year's participants?
Well, the competition is open. We do have applications under GATE, and that GATE is specifically for our township entrepreneurs. The other sectors, as I said, would be ICT, Bio, Med, and Green. And we do have quite a few township applicants, but we are still open until the 15th of June, and we encourage researchers and entrepreneurs across South Africa to apply.
All right. So what then happens after the 15th of June? I suppose the judging process then starts?
There's the judging process. We identify a select cohort of semi-finalists. They are taken through a process that is supported by our partners, the Technology Innovation Agency, as well as academics from Emory University's Goizieta Business School. This is in Atlanta. They come through to provide business training, business skills support. We provide the semi-finalists with mentors to improve their business plans and to improve on their pitching skills. And thereafter, we take them through to the final pitching stage, where our partners, as well as in-house experts at the Innovation Hub and external experts in each of these sectors come through to judge the semi-finalists before we have the prestigious award ceremony.
All right. So do you have age limits? Can anybody enter?
There are no age limits. Anybody can enter.
All right, sure. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so that is Ureshna Governor there. She is from the Innovation Hub. So go on, find them online and enter to be part of those GAP Innovation Awards. Now, this week we caught up with SABC Sports and Current Affairs anchor Dumile Mateza. He told us what his favorite piece of technology is.
Hello and welcome to Rights and Recourse.
Hi, my name is Dumile Mateza. My favorite piece of technology is my phone, because I can do everything on my phone. I can do my business, I can do my banking, I can meet friends, talk to friends. That's it.
Tweet us at Rights and Recourse. Alternatively, you can email your thoughts to rightsandrecourse@sabc.co.za.
32 nations, 44 matches live on SABC 1 and 19 SABC radio stations. SABC is the official broadcaster of the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia.
Our stories.
How do I begin?
Our lives. When all seems to fail, we will raise our voices a bit louder for our justice.
I went into absolute shock. My whole body was shaky. I couldn't hold a phone, but there he was. I couldn't believe the nonchalant that they were still in the area 2 weeks later.
And in times when the justice system is not able to help us with our individual battles,
I'm willing to do anything. What are you doing? Nothing. Feeling sorry for yourself? No, it's not an option.
These are our stories on Cutting Edge Channel 404. SABCnews.com is your one-stop digital portal to all the news you need. With a website that is easy to use on mobile, SABC News prides itself in being the primary source of public service content across multiple platforms. Watch live streams of all the big news events on the SABC News YouTube channel, which is one of the most viewed South African YouTube channels globally. And catch up on the best of SABC television and radio news. Follow breaking news on all of the SABC News social media platforms, interact with SABC News on Facebook, and stay connected on Twitter for the latest headlines and real-time updates by our reporters. SABC News, everywhere.
Shervin Bricebys, SABC News, New York.
Paul Barber, SABC News, London.
Ntebo Mokobo, SABC Ufa go tswa mono Russia.
Neha Punya, SABC News, Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh in India.
Other than that, I've enjoyed every single moment of it.
Ntakwana Ngatani, SABC News, Soweto, Johannesburg.
It is the SABC Network, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you very much for being a part of our network. Now, there's an underground transport tunnel that's being planned in America, and a driverless car deal is happening in Israel. These are some of the stories that may take headlines in the rest of the world.
In America, South African billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk is testing how tech can be used underground for a high-speed subterranean transportation network he envisioned for the city. Musk is best known for his Tesla electric car manufacturer.
Going between cities, you'd want to evacuate the air and have a pressurized pod. Now, what we're talking about doing here in LA is not the Hyperloop, but we're talking about a loop. So we're trying to distinguish loop versus Hyperloop. Hyperloop would be where we draw a vacuum on the tunnel, have a pressurized pod, and go very fast. And this would be good for long distances, say going from LA to San Francisco, going from Washington, D.C. to New York, that kind of thing.
Effort by Musk's armed, namely underground transit venture, the Boring Company, to win fast-track city approval of the proposed tunnel has drawn a court challenge from two neighborhood organizations. Plans call for excavating a 4-kilometer passage below a stretch of a congested boulevard corridor on the west side of Los Angeles and the adjacent town of Culver City. One of the main concerns is the seismic activity in Los Angeles basin.
We're working closely with the city of LA and with Metro to make this happen. So sometimes people wonder, like, hey, are they just going and building this crazy tunnel and nobody is even looking at it and they're seeking like exemption from all oversight? This is not the case.
In Israel, Mobil, Intel's Israel-based autonomous driving unit, says it has signed a contract to supply 8 million cars at a European automaker with its self-driving technologies. Financial terms of the deal and the identity of the automaker have not been disclosed. The deal for the advanced driver assistance system will begin in 2021 when Intel's IQ5 chip, which is designed for fully autonomous driving, is launched as an upgrade to the IQ4 that will be rolled out in the coming weeks, said Ernst Degan, Senior Vice President for Advanced Development and Strategy at Mobil. Intel and Mobil are competing with several rival chip and machine vision system manufacturers. In the United Kingdom, the first game co-created by players has been launched. It's been created by Busa Studios. The London-based independent games designer is pushing technical, logistical and financial boundaries by counting on gamers to build floating islands for their characters, which other players can visit via airborne, pirate-like ships.
I think our advantage is that we're independent and we are very agile. We work as a startup and nowadays a scale-up, right? Because we are 90 people. And I think definitely the way that we have been building the experiences and pushing the boundaries of creativity allow us to create experiences that can go global, can be as ambitious as Worlds Adrift, and we still have a very small team to make it work.
Busa was set up in 2010 by veteran game designers who first focused on making social games played on Facebook before switching to PC-based online games. It is best known for Surgeon Simulator and I Am Bread, which have drawn in millions of users with their physics-based realistic movements.
We are most certainly competing with them, with those big studios. We're just not doing it the same way. We are using different technology, bringing the players with us to do it, and thinking slightly novel manners of doing the game. This is why we're able to do it at a fraction of the cost that would cost someone else.
Imagine what the world is going to look like in 5 years' time with those driverless cars on the road. Now, after rapper Cardi B left Instagram because of a feud with Azealia Banks, this week on Twitter, we are asking if you would leave Instagram for similar reasons. Now, 15% of respondents say yes, and there is 51% who are saying no. That figure is in first place. 28% of respondents say they are not on Instagram at all. And in last place are people who say they would leave, but only for a short while. And that's all we have for you. Find us on SABC Network. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. We leave you with visuals of that video game. That was a collaborative effort with gamers. From me and the rest of the network team, have a good one. Bye-bye.